and welcome back to the Women's Fellowship 40-Day Bible Study. In our last meeting, we had a fine discussion about sleep. In the opening of that topic, I had made a list of some things humans worried about. What I wanted to talk about today was something that was not on that list: politics. Talking about politics can be a very touchy subject, but some things just have to be discussed because God has something to say about it. This topic goes all the way back in the Old Testament, in the Book of Kings. Not a lot of people like to study about the Book of Kings, so here's a quick summary. Apparently nobody seemed to want God to lead them anymore, so he gave them what they wanted, and appointed a ruler, aka a king. Kings replaced kings, and that's basically what 1st and 2nd Kings is about. When a person became king, they were instructed to keep a copy of God's regulations with them, reading it daily so that he knows right from wrong, and keep his heart on God, who will guide him. For who by himself is able to govern this great people of yours? 1 Kings 3:9. Kings were selected very carefully. They were well-respected men who were known for their wisdom, understanding, faithfulness, and absolute trustworthy. They would judge with integrity and not to please others, but only the Lord. Further down the Old Testament, wrong kings were appointed, followed, who did not know the Lord, and soon began the start of people forgetting who the Lord was. We can see that today, and how the world went astray from the Lord's regulations. We are told to break the cycle of our ancestors, turn back to God, and keep his regulations. We have to be very careful in this day and age, for people with influence get what they want. I can't pronounce his name correctly, so his name will be up on the screen for a moment. In the Old Testament, this king in 2nd Chronicles rejected the advice of the older advisors, and instead asked his younger friends, who were not advisors and did not know God, their opinion on how to rule. What are your thoughts on that? Please comment down below if you feel comfortable to do so. In Isaiah 2:22, it states that we should not put our trust in mere humans, but look to God, our great shepherd. We must influence the people and not let them influence us, says the Lord. He will appoint responsible shepherds who will care for his people. That's what I liked about King David. He reminded the people that there are regulations to follow, a God to believe in, and set the people back on track. David served God's purpose in his generation. God created you for such a time as this. Remain single-minded and do not imitate the world's way of life. Do not give in or listen. Jesus said, "As the Father is sending me, I am sending you." We may be young, but as said in the Bible, we may lack in words, but we do not lack in knowledge. Keep God's rules close to your heart. I am even wiser than my elders, for I have kept the commandments. Psalm 119:100. That concludes Day 5. In the next lesson, we'll dive deeper into God's regulations. Following them will lead to a very successful life. I know it's easy for us to panic when we see what we see and hear what we hear regarding current political discussions. It can be easy for us to overthink, asking ourselves, is this a lie? Which side is the right side? Is this really happening? The best advice I can give is for you to ask God for guidance, clarity, and patience. We can easily be swayed by others' worldly views and be led astray. So remember, God's way is the right way. For homework, I highly recommend taking a look at 1st and 2nd Kings after this discussion. It's actually very interesting, so go check it out. Well, see you in the next one.